On the weekend, candidates for mayor say it is time to hold Mayor Lightfoot accountable.
Our political editor, Mike Flannery, joins us live now with more. Mike? Well, of course, the mayor this morning at a police graduation talked about shootings and homicides being down about 9%. There were 2 mass shootings this past weekend, though, in the West Side Legislative District of State Representative LaShawn Ford.
In the areas where violence is high, you have lots of guns, lots of drugs, and a lot of unemployed people, and very little enforcement of the law.
State Representative LaShawn Ford says he will soon launch his own campaign for mayor against Lightfoot. He claims the bloodshed in his West Side district stems in part from her failure to fill more than 1,000 currently vacant police officer jobs. Ford says more cops could quell the open and notorious drug dealing that leads to turf battles and wild shootouts on the West Side.
Lots of drug sales. It's in plain view. Anything that's in plain view, we have to make sure that we shut it down. You don't see that type of behavior and criminal activity in every community.
I do think that the mayor of Chicago has a responsibility, whether that is Ron May or Lori Lightfoot.
State Representative Buckner, State Representative Ford, just 2 of the growing number of candidates planning to run for mayor. Representative Buckner today released an anti-violence plan that includes bringing the police department up to full strength as soon as possible. He also doubles down on promises that Mayor Lightfoot made 4 years ago, but that Buckner says she has not delivered on. I'm political editor.
How those are going. Let's bring in Casey Kronos, who's live with the details.
Sally and Anthony, 51 people were shot over the holiday weekend, 9 of them fatally. And according to CPD data, this Memorial Day weekend was the most violent since 2017, when 7 people were killed and 45 others were injured. Now, this comes despite efforts by the Chicago Police Department to increase patrols throughout the city. Over the 3-day holiday weekend, though, 250 guns were recovered. 75 of those guns seized by Chicago police yesterday alone. 11 of those weapons were recovered from beachgoers at North Avenue Beach, while 13 arrests were made there this weekend, including several arrests taking place after a rowdy incident last night when a crowd was throwing glass and other objects at police.
One main incident we had, there's a large group of teenagers playing music and twerking. And at some point, they started throwing objects at the police. They were throwing glass bottles, they were throwing glasses. In one case, an officer got hit in the chest with a pineapple, which exploded on his chest, and it was all over his equipment. After that incident, we implemented a mass arrest. We think we took 3 individuals into custody that were throwing objects at the police. Throughout the night, we continued to recover guns.
And during that press conference, Superintendent David Brown says police presence will continue to be stepped up at beaches, parks, and across CTA platforms. Now, the next big weekend Chicago police are preparing for is Father's Day weekend. Superintendent Brown says historically that is one of the most violent weekends of the summer in Chicago. Live from CP.
Look at this.
Oh, yeah, this car.
Hear that? That's gunshots. Jesus Christ. Just gets out in the middle of the road and starts firing randomly.
You want to call the cops? Red SUV?
Yeah, I guess, but what's it gonna do?
You issued a violent tweet, call to arms, and since then, we've had multiple instances of mob violence in downtown Chicago. We've had shootings, murders, mass shootings. You talk about Texas. Mass shooting here in the city of Chicago.
Question?
There is indeed.
What is it?
There is
Let's get to it. Let's get
Absolutely.
to it. A speech is not what you're supposed to
you went to Texas.
We don't want to ever hear the truth.
Please get to your question. Well, if I may ask my question. You went to Texas for a gay and lesbian fundraiser, okay? I've talked to the taxpayers, the voters, the citizens of Chicago, mostly black and brown. They say that they resent that. Will you rescind your violent tweet to call to arms.
No, let him talk. The more he talks, the more stupid he sounds. Please continue.
Will you rescind your call to arms tweet in the light of the mass shooting in downtown Chicago?
So,
as stupid as you think that may be.
So let me just deconstruct the series of lies that you just spewed, as you do every time you come to one of my press conferences.
It's so funny that she
Number
says
one,
lie. She's
our
a
tourism
liar.
numbers are off the charts.
No, they're not.
Place is about 90%
Bullshit.
from
I
what
was
it used
just
to be,
there last week.
pre-pandemic.
It's
So
about a
that's
third
lie
of the
number
capacity
one.
that it was
Lie number
before.
2 is that and the nonsense that you're spewing, that tourists aren't coming to our city. All you have to do is walk up and down Michigan. No, sir. No, sir. No, sir. You will stop speaking. You will stop speaking. You're full of crap, and that's the nicest thing that I can say. I will not let you spoil this moment, and I will not let you. If you do not stop, started months ago.
Between the city's beaches being back open for business and more than 40 events scheduled this Memorial Day weekend, the unofficial start to summer in Chicago is sure to be a crowded one. That's why you'll see a larger police presence in and around downtown.
We'll also continue to strengthen our public transit system. We've conducted numerous mobilization outdoor roll calls, as well as maintaining a high uniform visibility across the CTA.
Stepped up security will be noticeable at the Sueños Music Festival in Grant Park, the Coldplay concert at Soldier Field, and the Crosstown Classic, among other events.
Let me also be clear. These activations are not and will not be for those who believe that they can wreak havoc.
A 10 p.m. curfew is in effect 7 days a week for anyone 17 and under. Additionally, anyone in that same age group visiting Millennium Park after 6 o'clock between Thursdays and Sundays must be with an adult who is 21 or older.
Parents, you must know where your children are. We can't just offload our children and hope for the best.
You can sign up for emergency alerts through the city's Office of Emergency Management and Communications. We have information on how to do that on our website, fox32chicago.com. Live downtown, Casey Cronus, Fox 32 Chicago.
So
we want to kill babies until they're 9 months old.
You're not going to talk over me. That's not the rules here in this press conference. And if you don't want to abide by those rules, you can take your nonsense someplace else. Because I am about full up with you.
Greg Wall, ABC.
I'm not finished.
That's what the comments say. These people keep electing her. They've created this fate themselves. Exactly. Chicago is a rundown hovel. I'm sorry to say, it's improvised, dirty, and has high crime rates. No, I, as a tourist, never even thought of going to Chicago while I was traveling in the U.S. She's done nothing good for Chicago. See, she pats herself on the back, but this is what people really think. Why does anyone applaud anything that woman says? Exactly. If they knew anything about that whole thing, it's not that you can't get an abortion if you want one. It's that they don't want you get an abortion until like the day before the baby's born. It's so dumb. Yeah, exactly. Praying for Chicago. Don't laugh. It's sad here.
Let me just finish. And the nonsense that you're spewing, that tourists aren't coming.
Okay.
They are trying to track down the man in these photos. Around 7 o'clock this morning at the corner of Clark and Hubbard, while our reporter was in the middle of a live report about gun violence in Chicago, a man walked up and pointed what appeared to be a firearm at our crew. Right now, police are calling this man a person of interest, accused of aggravated assault with a firearm. If you have any information regarding who he is or where he is, please contact Chicago Police.
questions were asked. None of them answered on the record, mind you. This was all short-circuited yesterday when the mayor made her announcement. And so, the city council feels that we were used to provide some political cover for a decision that had already been made.
What was the rush?
Good question. Obviously, the city is very eager to gain revenues to support our public safety pension systems for the police and the firefighters. And we all know that the casino revenue will help with that. But this is a once-in-a-lifetime decision we're making.
Yeah.
And now we're being told to hurry up and don't ask questions and just approve the darn thing.
Well,
and the last time the city council was asked to do that,
yeah.
The last time we were asked to do that, John, we sold our parking meters for a song.
Well, it's not like the thing's going to get built tomorrow either. I mean, listen, I understand the urgency, if you will, but this thing isn't going to start running the register for a few years at best.
Right. In fact, they're predicting this wouldn't be up and running until the end of 2026. And in the interim, the bidder would operate a temporary casino downtown. Yeah. And certainly, if we have to live off the revenues of a temporary casino 1 year longer to make sure we get this process right, I'm willing to do that. And I think at the end of the day, aldermen, we have one job: look out for the taxpayers we work for. And I don't think we've been given answers to any of the tough questions we've asked, and I think that the public is entitled to those answers too.
But is this really more of a personal issue between you, your colleagues, and the mayor? We know there's plenty of animosity, and it's going to be one of 3 casinos, and some people are going to be unhappy no matter what. So that it was speedy or that she didn't fully consult the city council, I don't understand why she's doing that sort of thing. But at the end of the day, we're going to have a casino, and so maybe it's not such a big deal. I don't know. What do you think of that?
I think it's a really big deal because we're staking our pension funding future on it. And the worst part here is that we're being told to rely upon one analysis, one report, one revenue projection prepared by one company, Union Gaming, that the city enlisted to help us with the analysis. Turns out Union Gaming helped raise $700 million for Bally's last year.
Yeah.
So are we sure that the data they're presenting is accurate? Because we were presented a lot of, quote, accurate data, end quote, from the parking meter company on the record in public hearings, and it turned out that was completely bunk. So I think shame on us if we get screwed twice. The city council needs to step up to the plate and ask some tough questions and make sure this thing is fully vetted.
Brandon, does she have 26 votes?
I don't know.
Wabash. Reported person armed with gun. 299 East South Water. Where's that at? Okay. Report of robbery at gunpoint. 1500 South Michigan. Person robbed North Canal and North Clinton Street. Report of 7 shots fired. 325 West Fullerton Parkway. Man assaulting woman inside vehicle. Van Buren and South Halstead. Large crowd gathered at Chicago History Museum, LaSalle Drive, and North Clark. Report of group armed with guns. Woman shot. 111 North Lakeshore Drive in the Loop. 1500 West Madison. West Loop. People fighting. Motorcyclist struck by vehicle. 169 West Ida B. Wells. Motorcyclist struck by vehicle. 169 North Ida B. Wells. Fire spreading through River Oaks. Damn, River Oak condos. Comet City. It's a big fire.
And see, this the thing. Motherfuckers gonna be thinking about fires and shit the way before, but all these trees and shit, like ain't no way for them fire trucks to even really get through here.
Damn. Damn, whole building went up. Look at that.
Hey, what you heard we just said? I just said the same shit, bro, on my grandma. I'm like, they just killed Randall right here. Randall shit don't even come close to this.
It's a big ass fire.
Yeah. You see that drone? That drone getting close as hell. Yo shit, boy, they can't get that motherfucker out right there.
Damn. Oops. Suspect in custody after 1 killed, 5 wounded in shooting at West Palm Park residence.
They might shoot him, kill him, or beat his ass. But even if he did shoot somebody, if he did shoot somebody, why this guy still there now?
He shot him inside the house, inside the building.
I know what the ambulance came from.
So maybe they crawled and got out some kind of way. Maybe he went in their house and shot them. I don't know how they get to the ambulance.
I'm saying, yeah. But they...
Or maybe he threw him out the door. I don't know.
Same thing. Well, I don't know what happened, but I guess it's already on Citizen. Something's going down on the lake.
It was Alfred in the kitchen with a lead pipe on the boat.
It's the same thing. Well, I don't know what happened, but I guess it's already on Citizen.
Can anyone confirm?
Something's going down on the lake.
Upper right thigh, female is stable.
It was Alfred in the kitchen with a lead pipe on the boat.
It's the same thing. Well, I don't know what happened, but I guess it's already on Citizen. Something's going down on the lake.
It was Alfred in the kitchen with a lead pipe on the boat.
It's the same thing. Well, I don't know what happened, but I guess it's already on Citizen. Something's going down.
I saw that out the window. Gage Park, Chicago. First responders at the scene. West 55th and South Spalding. Suspect detained after brief pursuit, Lincoln Park, Chicago. Lincoln Park, of all places. How beautiful it is over there. Look at all the people at the beach. North Lakeshore Drive and West and South. Number 10 for what? Here we go. Dumb kids, that's all this is. Would you say that if they were white? No, because white kids don't do dumb shit. Not like the black kids around here do. North Beach is the hood is hood as fuck right now. Why did they invade North Avenue Beach? Guess too many shootings in their area. The lakefront is for everyone. Punks need an ass whooping. That's ridiculous that the officers have to take that BS. Can we not use rubber pellets these days to fire back? Go to any big city in Europe and police look like military armed with machine guns. And here they get bottles thrown at them. Fucking ridiculous. Crazy how I never had issues with the police, but I also don't throw bottles at them or do drugs in public. Savages. It's exactly what it is. Savages. I don't think it's racist to point out the obvious. Those are just facts. Right, the bloodline needs to shut down altogether. $5037 North Ashland. Looks like they got it out. Vehicle fire, another one. Oh my god.
Where are they at?
Look at this shit. 4500 South Washtenaw.
Yeah.
Cars don't just randomly start on fire. Not like they do here in Chicago.
Oh my gosh.
This black SUV pull a U-turn right in the middle and drive south down Orleans real fast. Right there.
Managed to ruin it. Can't go anywhere anymore. Suspect detained, weapon recovered. 1230 West 72nd Police. Damn, look at all them police officers. Who's that screaming? Oh my god. Fire on train tracks. How is there a fire on the train tracks, South Loop? We got like a serial arsonist here or something. That's the orange line. That's what people had to say. Awful big fire for a lit cigarette. Search for shooting suspect near Family Dollar. Chicago Lawn. Chicago Lawn's always on the news. Person shot, another injured in vehicle collision. Washington Park.
Big crash out here.
A crash, X shooting.
Man, shit, a girl laying down, man. Hope she be alright.
Damn. Another body on the ground.
Hey, yo, phone 50, go up.
Crazy. Report of group armed with guns. .747 North Wabash. Right in the heart of downtown. Fucking little rotten ass kids. Report of shots fired in large fight, Old Town, Chicago. These kids ain't got no fucking family life at all. Old Town used to be a nice area. Yeah.
There was a shooting, I can tell.
Somewhat, though. Just keep your eyes open.
Vehicle fire followed collision. Damn. Looks like Lakeshore Drive is busy tonight. Police activity moving on. Oh God, what now?
Bunch of police out in front of the one Chicago. No idea what's going on. No surprise there's drama here. Putting people in a car.
Too dangerous to ever go outside anymore. Vehicle ablaze. Another one. Here we go. 6517 and a half South Lowell Avenue. Damn. That must be the new gangbanger thing to set cars on fire. It's happening way too much. Reports of gunshots fired. (4738) North Ashland Avenue. Another what used to be good area. Man previously injured in shooting.
Oh, hell yeah.
7151 South Parnell Avenue.
That's better. Oh, hell yeah. That's better. Oh, hell yeah.
Looks like it's better.
That's better. Oh, hell yeah. That's better. Oh, hell yeah.
Large crowd gathered at Chicago Historic Museum. I don't know what that's about.
This is LaSalle and Clark. Lots of police cars. And that is Wells and LaSalle. Some more police cars. The group seems to have dispersed. Is that moving through the park, looks like.
Right. More liberals disturbing the peace after curfew. So much for Lori Lightfoot's curfew. Vehicle collision, River North. East Brandon, Lakeshore Drive. That is not River North then. That would be Streeterville. That's right by me. Is this your dog? What's your dog, people? 3 armed suspects detained. Police activity. 5358 South Artisan Avenue.
What's going on 55th? And, well, my mirror, my water.
The windshield's dirty as hell.
All these cops here. What's going on 55th? And, well, my mirror, my water.
Oak Park. Lombard and Roosevelt Road. Listen to them sirens outside. That's how Chicago is. All night long,
Out
sirens.
in Oak Park, right off Highland and Roosevelt.
And?
Yep, this is what happens when you let beta males run clubs.
Yeah, that's what happens when you let idiots out. Reports of shots fired, Bronzeville. Alright. It says 41 minutes ago. Vehicle collision near North Side, Chicago. Damn. Did you see that car? How fast were you fucking going that you hit your car? The traffic here and the accidents are out of control. They're almost as bad as the shootings. Police activity, chat on. Tree branch down. Where the hell is that at? 3441 South Gills. That sucks.
The first one I was loud.
I bet. Big ass branch. Police activity, Kenwood.
Police activity, I have no idea what it is, but you see the police.
Yeah, I see the police a lot more than I'd like to. I'm glad they're there, but damn, we got so much crime. Alright, thanks for letting us know. Looks like a traffic stop. Fire department activity. Western Mac and Austin.
Fire department presence.
Okay. Alright, moving on. Smoke emitted from basement. West 35th Place. Fire that's terrible.
It's the same.
I think that might have been it. Shit. Alright, I guess that's it. That's today's actually Memorial Day, so. Pretty loud outside, so I'll see you all in the morning. Look at that little doggy.
No, I don't have any more water. Oh yeah, I do. One more. Here.
Oh, look at him. Poor baby. Little helpless puppy. Good night, y'all. Pray for Chicago.
Dude, it hasn't had water in days.
He's so thirsty. It's hot outside.
I have a mug. I don't think his mouth is gonna reach into it though. It's kind of deep. You have a what? Look.
Avenue. 4 other residents and 3 firefighters were all taken to the hospital. As the cause of this still under investigation, the Red Cross is helping those who are now displaced to find temporary